What's up, guys? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video, and we've got breaking news. Former Seahawks defensive tackle Jarran Reed is headed to the Kansas City Chiefs on a one-year deal. So we don't know the specifics of the contract yet, but initial impression for me is this is a really, really good pickup. So we all know that the Kansas City Chiefs needed pass rush help, whether it came from defensive tackle or whether it came from the edge position. I still expect the Chiefs to upgrade the edge position, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for now, this helps. So many people are going to question, what does this mean for someone like Mike Pennell? What does this mean for Tershawn Wharton? Players like that, other defensive tackles on our roster. Let's just go one by one. So first, Mike Pennell. That one is one that I always expected us to kind of move on. What I always said is it depends on how the team feels about Colin Saunders, because Colin Saunders, their top 100 draft pick from just a year ago, was inactive for basically the entire year, got played off the field by Tershawn Wharton after coming back from injury. And, if the Chiefs think Saunders is going to be anything in this league, well, then next year was the year to find out. And to be able to find out, you had to make room by letting go of Mike Pennell. So that was my, first thought. But heck, this pushes Colin Saunders off the field once again, in my opinion, because I'm just not sure what he does super well that, would make him get time over someone like Jarran Reed or Derek Nottie, But Derek Nottie, he's more of your run stuffing specialist. He gives you little to no pass rush at all, but he's your big, stout defensive tackle that can stop the run. Then you have, who am I missing? Tershawn Wharton. Tershawn Wharton, he was a nice story, good UDFA in his first year as a rookie, but you need a little more. This is depth. This is depth for sure. Jarran Reed is a little more than depth. This is actually a really good signing, but it gives you depth, is what I'm saying. You don't have to expect Tershawn Wharton to be Chris Jones's big pass rushing partner on the inside, because while Wharton, is good, he still has ways to go in this league. So that being said, back to the addition of Jarran Reed. A lot of Seahawks fans might tell you he wasn't that good, he's overrated. They may even be right, but the reality is he's an upgrade over every single defensive tackle on our roster not named Chris Jones, at least in the pass rushing department. Jarran Reed, however, isn't a good run defender. That's not his thing at all. But that's not what this signing is about. This is about bringing in pass rush. This is about bringing in help to a pass rush that was not great last year. They ranked 19th in the entire NFL, despite having two nearly $20 million per year players on the defensive line in Chris Jones and Frank Clark. But Reed is still really, really solid. So last year, he was very reliable as far as health. Played 16 games, and in those 16 games, he had 6.5 sacks, 20 solo tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, and 14 QB hits. Those are some really good numbers for a defensive tackle, a pass rushing defensive tackle. You can't argue, though, that he is bound to have good numbers when he's asked to just go out and rush the passer so much. I think Jarran Reed was near the top of the league in pass rush attempts. If I have the chart here in front of me, pass rushing snap counts, Jarran Reed ranked first out of every single defensive tackle, and that is worth noting because it's like when a quarterback has 400 yards, but they throw the ball 60 times. Like, were you really that good when you look at the pass attempts that it took to get there? But nevertheless, I think this is still an upgrade over, what you had. I mean, I think the second leading defensive tackle on our roster when it came to sacks was Tershawn Wharton with 2. So this is an upgrade. And here's where things get really interesting. So if you look back to 2018 or 2018, 2018, sorry, my bad, 2018, back when Frank Clark had his 13 sack season with Seattle, him and Jarran Reed played next to each other on that defensive line, and they both had career years. Frank Clark with 13 sacks, Jarran Reed with 10.5. They were really good together, and I think that has a lot to do with this addition now. You put Jarran Reed back with Frank Clark, and maybe that helps those two out because they were really good with each other in Seattle when Clark was there. So, I think that's worth pointing out. And then now you just got, like I said, this is pass rushing help. You got someone with Chris Jones on the inside that is a threat to get to the quarterback, and Chris Jones was double teamed a lot. This is going to help because, other teams, they didn't take Derek Nottie seriously. They didn't take Tershawn Wharton all that seriously. They don't take Colin Saunders seriously. They don't take Mike Pennell seriously. You have to take Jarran Reed a little seriously in protecting your quarterback on pass rushing downs. And man, if the Chiefs get a defensive end in this draft or maybe pick up a guy like Melvin Ingram still, which there's still a chance that happens, man, imagine third down, you got Melvin Ingram, Jarran Reed, Chris Jones, and Frank Clark in there. Man, that's really going to help this team out, guys. So that's why I'm a big fan of this addition. Not that Jarran Reed is some all-world talent or anything like that. He's not going to be a superstar. Don't expect that. But this is a solid addition that's going to help out this pass rush. And, I like it. We haven't seen the contract numbers yet, but, if this is anything below $5 million, that is a huge W for the Chiefs because that's a really good number for Reed. And, he's still pretty young, too. Not super young, but, he's kind of hitting the prime of his career. He's 28 years old now. He only came in the league in 2016. And then you have the fact that him and Frank Clark were really close in Seattle, and I think Clark may even have recruited Reed to come to Kansas City. So that would mean, Clark has done more good off the field than on the field for us, if I'm being honest, man. He's brought in Taco Charlton and Jarran Reed now. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this edition in the comments, if you like it, don't like it, if you agree, disagree with what I had to say. But that's all I got for this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so other Chiefs fans can find this, and make sure you check out my website, www.showmefootball.com, and check me out on arrowheadaddict.com. But that's all I got for today, guys. Peace.